right, shalom everyone. Welcome to MVP Fast Team.
Shalom.
MVP Builders Fast Team. Today's agenda, we got Elite Pro 7, Mark Welch doing a training on our reasons why and how that translates into activating. I'm going to be covering a brand new program called the MVP Weekly Experience. And it, like, who doesn't like extra money, right? So we are going to be giving you extra money for key activities that you do, just like Marcel said at Building Depth, for those that join the VIP experience, which it costs to join that experience. The cost to join this experience is to actually be present at the training. If you come to team training, you're enrolled. Or if you're virtual and you're in Virginia, or you're because Nate, I'm not leaving you out. Jonathan, I'm not leaving you out. If you're not present and you're traveling, if you attend the video and watch it through and then comment on it, you can be enrolled in the MVP experience. That's the cost to join. So the MVP experience is more money on top of the Building Depth money, on top of the Cancun trips that you can win, on top of LifeVantage giving you money. Your coach, MVP Builder, Elite Pro 4, Premier Pro 4, going Master Elite Pro 4, is going to give you extra money. Okay?
Awesome.
So here's what's required. I'm going to pass these out for those of you who are here in attendance. And Elite Pro 4s and above are disqualified. This is for the team that's growing.
Good. That's great.
On your way to bronze or silver. So if you attend a LifeVantage corporate event, if you attend this, when you attend this today, you get 50 points toward the prize. There's going to be first, second, and third place prizes. So 3 people will win next week. Starting next week, 3 of you will win.
Woo.
Right now there's 3 of you in the room, and then if Jonathan and Nate join in, then there's 5 of you in competition.
Nice.
But you have to be in attendance at the next meeting or watch the next week's video to win. So so if you go to the Rock the Rhythm again, the event, live with Mark Welch and Lori Welch, that's another 50 points.
Right.
If you attend any corporate function between now and next week in another event or a training with Lester, or if you can document it, write it down, who went, first name, last name, and where you went, time, that counts, and you get another 50 points.
Okay.
If you attend a Zoom, if you attend a Carpe Diem Zoom, if you attend any kind of event, you get 50 points. If you bring a guest with you that's new, that's never seen the business before, to one of these events or a Zoom, you get another 50 points. So I've put slots here for you to get your 50 points for that.
Awesome.
If you work 18 minutes consecutively for a day, so let's say today, you do the ITT activities. So the ITT activities are
Invite tool team.
invite to a tool, invite to the team. So what that looks like is you add a set of 25 prospects.
Yes.
You send out a video, 25. Every time you do that, there's little check boxes here. You check it off and you get 10 points for that activity. Plus, if you work a total of 18 minutes in a row, you get another 10 points for that day.
Awesome.
If you do a 3-way call with Mark Welch, Terry Jackson, myself, Lori, that counts in your week for another 10 points. So if you get on a 3-way call and it lasts 10 minutes or longer, you get 10 points. You just have to record it and you get points. If you sign up a brand new elite distributor, or you become, let's say you're just visiting and you become an elite distributor, because you might invite people to this going forward, because who doesn't want to get free money? Come to this thing and you might get free money, or you might help me get free money.
Yeah.
if you become an Elite distributor or you sign up an Elite distributor, you get 100 points.
Wow.
If you sign up a brand new customer on a one-time hand cream, or you get an auto-assigned customer, between now and next week, you get another 10 points. You just have to record it.
Perfect.
If you get an auto-ship customer, a person on auto-ship in your auto-assign, or you get an auto-assign, your own auto-ship customer on yourself, by yourself, like, hey mom, buy collagen from me, hey grandma, buy collagen from me, that's 50 points. If you so those are the ways to earn points between now and next week. Okay? So you get to be in the contest because you're here, and the chances of you winning are really high. There's only 3 of you here.
Yeah.
And first place is a private dinner. You will go out to eat with myself and Carissa, most likely. It'll be a private dinner.
Nice.
And we will also give you $50 cash. That's weekly. So that means you can earn another $200 in your business.
Wow.
Okay, man.
But you got to do the activities, okay?
That's
Second
awesome.
place is going to get $20 cash. And I'm going to put you up here like Olympic gold medalists, okay? And third place is $10 cash.
Wow.
How's that?
Fabulous.
Is that life-changing?
Wonderful. Yes.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do for the month of January. And if it works out, we'll keep pushing forward with that.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
what is one of the key activities that I do, that I've been doing, that's got me all fired up? Dave Marquis said, get a notebook and make your list of names. And I'm not even done yet to even turn this in to Dave. I got to make a copy of it, send it to Dave in the mail, and a millionaire is going to work this list with me.
Really?
Yes, he said if I would do this, he would work the list with me. I was like, I can't get Tony Robbins to work with me. That's an amazing deal. I went to work. I'm on the letter D.
Wow.
I got a lot. I got 10 pages into this thing. When I get this done, I'll take it to like the local Kinko's. I'll send it to, and you can pick anyone. You can pick Lori Welch. You can pick Mark Welch. I know they'll all love to work with you if you distinguish yourself as a worker, that you're going to do it. So I highly recommend you get your notebook and you start filling this out. Don't do this during call hours.
Yeah.
Do this in your off hours, right? That's what I do. All right, so I'm done sharing that, and now we're going to have Mark Welch next, and he asked me to provide paper to everyone.
Yeah.
So you
Paper
got
and
a
pen.
piece of paper, and I'm going to give you pens. I'm going to pass pens around. So welcome Mark Welch and his talk on why and how to activate.
All right, Joshua, I thank you so much for welcoming me here, and those of you watching online that are not in the room, you have a great opportunity as well to learn, and so welcome to you as well. My name is Mark Welch. My wife Lori and I are Elite Pro 7 distributors with LifeVantage. Right now, we are just now beginning to work on heading towards Pro 8. We look forward to getting there. But here's the deal, guys. No distributor in LifeVantage can ever get to the achievement of rank advancement without just literally being a servant leader and helping other people get where they need to go. It's about helping other people. But let me talk to you just for a few minutes about how to get yourself in a position to take action. Here's something we learned a long time ago, Joshua, and I think everyone will find this interesting. You know, I've heard for a long time that you can tell what your core values are by somebody just simply, they can tell what your core values are, what values you live by looking at 2 things. They can look at your calendar, and they look at your wallet. Because here's the truth, a lot of people say they believe in something, that they're dedicated to something. For me, I'm dedicated to my relationship with my God through Jesus Christ. We've been following Christ. I've been a believer since I was 16. Before that, I was a religious kid, but I've known Jesus since I was 16. But if you looked at my calendar and you looked at how I invest my life and my money, and you can't find any source of proof that I spend my time or invest my talents and treasure into what matters to Jesus, then I'm just making something up. It's not really a value. It's just something I say I believe in. How many of you know what a person is called who says they believe in something but don't have any proof of it? What are they called?
Actor.
An actor or a hypocrite. They're a hypocrite. Because if you say you believe in something, if you say something is really important to you, but there's no proof of it, well, I'll just put it this way. My Lord said in the Gospels, it is by their fruit you will know them.
Yes.
And so your calendar and your wallet are two main indicators of, how you, what your beliefs really are. Now, here's what we've found with this business. It is often the case that distributors say, I'm in LifeVantage, I wholeheartedly believe in it, I believe that it's the most important thing going in my life, I'm all in. And then if you look at their calendar and their investment into what they believe in, you can't find any proof. Well, what does it take to get yourself to a place where you actually can look at those things and validate that you actually believe these things, that you really believe this is important? And here's one of the ways that we've found is most helpful. Because here's the truth, guys. All of us are on a journey of belief. All of us are on a journey. So it's not wrong that you get started and you don't have much proof that you're doing anything. But if you go a long time and there's no record of it or proof, it just means you're taking a walk. Nobody else is following you, you're taking a walk. You're not even leading other people properly, and you're not leading yourself. How do you break out of that? We believe that one of the main things that can keep you in action so that your actions line up with what you say your beliefs are is to develop a strong why. When I say why, it's W-H-Y. Why are you doing the things you do? When we get people started as distributors, oftentimes we'll ask them a question. We'll say, why are you doing LifeVantage? And a lot of times their answers will be fairly surfacey. Well, I'd like to make an extra $500 a month. It's a good answer. But I want to come right back and ask a question. I want you to think right now of what you'd like to accomplish with LifeVantage, say 1 year from now. If it had to do with income, what would you like to be accomplishing 1 year from now? Would you like to make $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month? Let's be realistic and say that it's probable that none of us in here without experience and a basis of experience could probably count on being a Pro 10 within the next 6 months. But take a date out there and just think about what you want to accomplish. But if you want to accomplish it, do you believe you can get there without action?
No.
Anybody? How do you get yourself into a place where you're taking action so there's proof of what you are investing in to prove what you believe? And how can you increase your belief? It's by getting a strong why. So I want to ask a question. Do you have that number in your mind of what you'd like to be earning, say, a year from now? I'm going to ask a question. Why? Why do you want to earn that money, that kind of money a year from now? Does anybody have an answer to that? Why, Joshua?
I strongly want to provide for my own house and give.
Okay, did you catch that? He just said, I strongly want to provide for my own house and give. Guys, that's a man who's been seriously contemplating the reason for money, the reason for earning. And you know Joshua, and you know there's proof, both in his wallet and his calendar, that he's putting action behind the things that he believes in. But let's just talk to the rest of you, just for a moment. Is your why strong enough to drive you when people reject you when you're trying to do ITT? Is it strong enough? Let me tell you, more people fall down because they come to an obstacle and they don't have a strong enough why. I'll give you a quick example, and then we're going to do a little exercise. Several years ago, one of the guys in the business who just gotten involved as a distributor under one of our other team friends in LifeVantage was asked the question, why do you want to do this business? And he said, because I want to get a fishing boat. My whole reason for doing this is to get a fishing boat. Is that valid? Yeah, it's a valid answer. But then my distributor friend who was above him asked him a question. Why do you want a fishing boat? The man said, because I want to be able to go fishing in my own boat. Great answer. But my wise friend came back to him and said, why do you want to go fishing in your own boat? And the guy said, well, because I want to be able to take my sons fishing with me.
Yeah.
That would mean a lot to me. The friend said, why do you want to take your sons with you? He said, because, and now listen, something began to transform in him during this process of getting deep, drilling down deeper. He said, because I want to form a connection with my sons when we go fishing that will make us be close to each other the rest of our lives. Then he started tearing up. And then all of a sudden, my other friend said, why do you want to do that? And he said, because my dad used to take me fishing when I was a kid, and he died when I was 12. And when I think back on my connection with my dad, the best times I ever had with him were when we were fishing in his boat. And all of a sudden, his reason for taking action completely changed. Guys, listen, if you don't drill down a little bit to get to your why, I can promise you when you get up against the obstacles, you'll want to quit. Yeah. But if you have a reason for doing what you do, and it's deep, you can overcome the obstacles. You can take action even when it's hard. You can stay in control of your own business even when you don't feel like it. And you can hang in there when the going gets tough. And eventually, if you take action and continue doing the right things, you're going to reap fruit. That's God's promise. So today, what I want to do is lead you to do a little exercise that can help you develop your why in a stronger way, so that you can begin to identify the things in it that matter the most to you, and then you can begin turning them into goals. And then from those goals, you can begin figuring out a daily process, just like Joshua shared with you. This would be a really good one, but what if this translated back into why you're doing it and gave you the real reason to get up in the morning and go after the thing and spend 18 minutes a day doing this? If you've got a strong enough why, it'll give you a lot better opportunity to do that thing. So here's the exercise I want you to do, and we're going to take about 5 minutes to do it. And if you're watching online, what I'd encourage you to do right now is to get a piece of paper and a pen. Now this exercise is one that can be continued later if it's not completed, because the chances are in 5 minutes you'll just start tapping into this, and you begin to get an idea, but maybe it needs to be more developed. And your why does change and it does deepen the more you think about it, the more you invest in it. The exercise is this. I want you to pick a person in your life who means so much to you. It could be a deceased relative, For me, when I did this exercise years ago, it was my deceased mother and father. They're already in heaven, but how I long to be able to talk to them, wish I still could. And I just picked them, and the exercise I have for you to do today is to, at the top of your notepad, write the date, but it's not 2023, it's 2028. What is today? January 14th, I believe? 15th. So right at the top, somewhere at the top, that the date is January 15th, 2028. It's 5 years from today. Now write this letter to somebody you love, but write it as if the things that you write in it have already taken place, and you can't wait to tell that person that you love so much how your life has changed and what meaningful things have been taking shape in your life. You have 5 minutes. I would highly recommend that you say, "Dear so-and-so," and then write bullets. Just write bullets. But try to think about, in terms of it's 2028 and looking back, what you've been able to accomplish with God's help. And that will begin to reveal what elements of your why are most important to you. Go.
Wow.
Don't get hung up. Just write bullets and as much as you can. You have 3 more minutes. you 2 more minutes. One more minute. Thirty seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. All right, guys. Okay, so as you did that, did any emotion happen in you? Anybody who wants to go? Who wants to read their why to us right now and read the letter and tell us who it's to 5 years from today? Joshua, you want to go first?
Sure. I actually wrote mine to Grandpa because he just passed. I have finally achieved success, Grandpa. People's lives are being transformed and they are coming to the knowledge of Jesus Christ. Wow. I'm in our own house. I'm off the teat of Mom and Dad. Finally, we're the ones helping them. Leoa has got its own store now. Miriam is thriving and in college. She's an amazing CEO. Isaiah's driving and becoming an amazing man, and Brianna is totally looking forward to veterinary school and driving. Abigail is becoming a beautiful soul and a lovely lady. We've gotten my weight under control, and I'm really physically fit. We've touched over 5,000 people in their lives and kids. I've traveled the world and can truly say, Jesus is my trail master. He was a Royal Ranger. I have solid male friendships, and that's where I ran out of time.
That is, guys, let's give it up for Joshua. Thank you. Fantastic. Do you see the emotion in this guy? Because I can guarantee you this isn't the very first time he's thought about this. But here's what I would encourage you to do. Get the skeleton of what your why is. Try to figure out what would drive you deeply. They say your why should make you cry. Not everybody will cry over their why, but it should develop a burning desire in you, a passion that can be translated into action. Because guys, if this is just your wallet and your calendar with no proof, 5 years from now, you will have wasted 5 years. 5 years goes by pretty fast. Would you guys agree? Even you younger ones agree with that? And Here's the truth. It goes by whether you take action or not. So if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you have always had, and you'll always be what you always were. If you take action with a system and friendships and all that we have going on, it can drive you. There was an example, you may have heard this before, but a person was talking to another person one day, and they said, "Let me take you and show you something." And they took him up on top of a 5-story building, downtown Sacramento, and there was a plank, an 8-foot wide plank, across to the next building over, to the next roof. The guy said to the guy with him, he said, "I'll pay you $5,000 if you walk across that plank." And the man said, "No, I'm not taking that chance. No way." He said, "I'll make it $100,000 if you walk across the plank." And the guy said, "No, there's no way." He said, "I'll make it $1 million if you walk across the plank." Guy said, "There isn't any amount of money in the world that could get me to walk across that plank." He said, "Now I want you to imagine your child is on the other side and that building is on fire." And the guy said, "How quickly do you want me to run?" Why? Because he had a deep, burning passion around the action. I just want to encourage you guys to really use this little exercise to begin to get in touch with the reason for doing what you're doing here. Keep it in front of you. Translate it into action steps. Lori, I believe, just sent ours that we wrote years ago before we hit Pro 7 to me, and I'm going to read it to you right now. And this was written, guys, back in, I believe, 2012. And this is, let me see if okay. This was Lori's. We went to a training, and we were taught to work on our why with this exact same exercise. And I believe Michelle and Sean Poe were the trainers. At the time, I believe they were Pro 6s in LifeVantage. Today, they are Pro 9s in LifeVantage, and they have multiple positions paying them out. I think they have a Pro 8 and a Pro 9 position. Can you imagine?
Wow.
One position that pays an average of $20,000 a month, one that pays an average of $50,000 to $60,000 a month. But at the time, I believe they were Pro 6s, and Lori and I were Pro 4s when we heard this and worked on it the first time. Pro 4s, Joshua. It was in 2012, as I remember. And here's the letter that Lori wrote 5 years later. "Dear Linda, I'm so excited that I have hit my goals. I'm at my optimum weight now and totally fit, eating right and financially free. Because I have reached my goals, Mark and I are having a blast. We are traveling the world. We are experiencing every culture in the world and spending ample time with our children and grandchildren." Guys, we didn't even have grandchildren. Children and grandchildren. An extended family. We see the positive influence on others daily. We are reaching people for Christ and teaching them how to have an abundant life. We are on purpose about orphans and widows, evangelism in Jerusalem, caring for the needy, praying for the persecuted. We're writing books and devotions to help others on their journey. Here's what she wrote, came from it as she was looking over it. "I long for more time for coffees, sunsets, laughter, long chats, bicycle rides, long walks, to enjoy birds, flowers, and books." These are just some notes that were coming to her mind as she was thinking about this. This is in 2012. It was 11 years ago. And guys, we've done all that. In 2017, we took a pastoral sabbatical for 3 months. We spent the entire summer in Europe. We did 29 countries during that time. We experienced the cultures. We've taken multiple international trips since then. We now have 6 grandchildren, 3 boys and 3 girls.
Wow.
And we have the time we need to spend with them in semi-retirement. We go where we want to go, when we want to go, and we have the money to do all of those things. But it wouldn't have happened if we didn't start with a strong why, and then think about how to turn that strong why into action steps, goals tied with action steps, taking action. Remember, 18 minutes a day, guys, and doing some simple actions, but let it come from a deep why. So Joshua, that's pretty much what I have for today.
Great.
And I'll add value along the way if anybody needs anything else today, but God bless. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we're going to move right in to the next part. And yeah, thank you, Mark. Elite. Can you imagine, we have one of the Elite Pro 7s that goes up on stage at Life
Yes.
Vantage events right here in our living room?
What a privilege it is to be here.
That is a real I just want to recognize that is a real blessing. And also, all of you are Pro 1 or above.
Yeah.
When we went to building depth, I would go to the bathroom and I was talking to different people and I'd ask them, what are you in the business? How long have you been in? 70, you look at the annual earnings disclosure, 70+% of people never leave distributor land. Do you know how rare you are and how blessed you are to be in this
Thank you.
team, under this leadership, under this anointing, under this blessing, under this experience? And I just really was looking at what they've done and what Marcel is teaching. And I'm going to go over this again because few of you just came in the room. But these are the activities that you will attach to your why just in a simple 18 minutes a day that will get you to where I am as a Pro 4 and where we're headed to be Pro 7s. So I call this the MVP weekly experience, and you can participate in this whether you are a distributor or you're wanting to become one. What it is a contest that you get because you came to training. So I'm going to hand this out to you, and if you're not a Pro 4 yet, you are allowed to be a part of this. All right. So. And the prizes are only going to get better, and you can ask your question at the end. So if you come to an event, this is an event. Bye, Miriam. We love you.
Bye-bye.
Drive safe. Okay, it's raining.
Yeah.
Watch team training, one of these on YouTube, and comment. Or if you go to Rock the Rhythm coming up this Wednesday, or the events after, or events before on a Zoom. Any event that is by an elite or a premier or a training event, and you log it, you can get 50 points toward this prize.
Love it.
Building event to event. It's one of the principles of it. I actually contracted with a 30-year veteran. What do I need to do to go to the next level? He said, focus on training. Focus on doing it yourself, modeling it, setting the example. And so this week I've done over 100 invites. And out of that, I've got 3-way calls happening in my team because I'm helping my team, my parents, and one of those with Lori. I've done my own one-on-ones with people. I've got people in the pipeline. This next week, I might be signing up another 2 elite distributors because of my activity. I'm tricking you, like Marcel says, to win in your own business by offering you a carrot of incentive next week when you come to training. It's a good trick. It's a positive motivating trick. And so then the other thing that you get points for is spending 18 minutes a day doing the ITT activities. Hayden, what are the ITT activities?
Invite to tool.
Invite to a
team.
tool, which is a video, one of the videos, and invite to the team, which means do a three-way call for 10 minutes or longer with myself or anyone above, preferably starting above before you go below. Okay, so you want to check off those days that you worked and put the time logged. So 10 a.m. to 10:18. I'm really going to give you points for just 18 minutes of work. And if it goes longer, you can put the longer, but it's just 18 minutes will make you an expert. Also, every time you do a set of 25 new contacts, people you know or people you meet that they're brand new to you, and you add them into your phone, and then you send them a video with one of our scripts. Now, we already have dialed scripts that are proven that I've sent through WhatsApp. If you don't have those, ask me later and I'll send them to you again. We have really simple scripts. Hey, watch this. Whether you like it or not, if you like it, send me a comment, let me know. If they like it, then you take them to the next step, which is introduce them to Mark, introduce them to Lori, introduce them to Terry, introduce them to Jeremy, introduce them to a team member. So you check off. Now I put up here 275 points for the week. That's a pretty full workload.
Yeah.
If you do 25 contacts a day, you can go beyond that if you do like 51 day. But these are people that you know, your grandma, your neighbor, your friend, your aunt, your uncle, the stranger you just met in the grocery store, the bank teller, right? And so when you do this, naturally what flows in your business is three-way calls. And then naturally what flows from three-way calls is customers buying maybe hand cream, or if you're in your first 60 days, you're getting auto-assigned.
Yeah.
Or you get, because you're an elite, elites get auto-assigned, at least for now. And let's take advantage of that while we're working. And so new customers that you introduce yourself, one-time order, or auto ship customers that you get, that they're like, I'm not interested in the business, but I want to take that collagen and I want to take that Pro Tandem because I heard how much it's helped you, Carissa, with your problems, and your health is doing better. So auto ship, or they become an elite. If they become an elite, you get 100 points. So all the points are listed here. You turn this in next week to me. If you're virtual, you will email it. Abigail, I know you're going to watch this video later, so you can participate in this too. There's 3 prizes. First prize, and anyone can win it, from my wife. If you're not at Pro 4 yet, you can win it. So once you go Pro 4 and MVP, then you're part of leadership. So you, David, can still win this. First place is a private MVP dinner, and Chris and I will take you out on Friday night or Saturday night, depending on our schedule, and a $50 cash bonus. That's on. I'm not taking it out of your commission from LifeVantage. You get that on top of what you're already getting from LifeVantage. Second place is $20 cash, and third place is $10 cash. I like giving away presents and gifts. That's one of my callings and giftings, is to be benevolent that way. And that's why we do Leoa. This is just a natural extension of my wallet and how much I believe in helping you get to the next level. So come to the next event, turn in your slip, turn in your paperwork next week. Don't lose this. Turn this in and you will get recognized starting next week. And if you're virtual and you win, I will announce you and send you through Cash App or another way. All right, so the other thing this master 30-year veteran said was, we need to understand what we have. We need to understand the value of what we have and the science behind it. So we're going to take a look at Dr. Joe McCord, and how much time we have left. And it's only going to be, we might be able to squeak out the whole thing. but it's called. Actually, let me just stream it from here because it'll be faster.
By the way, Joshua, let me just mention this. You guys are aware that you can add people without knowing their phone numbers and addresses if you have their social media account
Really?
to the app.
That's new.
So it's been there for a while.
All right.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Joe McCord.
Interesting.
Lori and I were at this function. It was our very first one.
That just helped me immensely. Thank you.
The name of this video, by the way, if you're following us, I'm going to stop the video right now. Go and watch this yourself. It is titled Dr. Joe McCord Explains Pro Tandem Like Never Before. A link will be in the description. And that's the end of this training on the video. So make sure you put a comment. Shalom.